I'd like to speak to you about another topic that's very pertinent in today's society, the destruction of the family under the guise of the Family Law Court Act. It's another socialist Marxist organisation. As Karl Marx said, three ways to control a country: through taxation and the destruction of the family. When you decimate the family, you decimate society. We have today, and we see it all the time, domestic violence and deaths in the family. People being killed. Under the Family Law Court Act, you can do what you like, when you like, how you like, and with who you like, and there's no fault. No fault. I don't know where else you sign a contract, an insurance contract, or a banking contract, or a building agreement, and there's no fault involved in it. But they have, at the general basis and the foundation of the country, is the family and society. But we pass a law that you can just obliterate that by just walking out. When you do that, you split the family in half, so you need 50% more of everything. So therefore you've got to have the mother and father both working then after that to provide. So then the children are left to their own devices. And after we destruct the family, then we initiate the United Nations rights of the child, where they have the freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of movement, freedom of association, freedom of education, and the parents have very little rights. Another agenda under the New World Order. The first year the Family Law Court was enacted, there were 7,000 divorces. The first year. It was under the guise of the socialist organisation that we will take care under the Whitlam regime that all expenses and welfare we'll pay for. Well, it got that bad. They said, hang on, we've got to rein this in. We've made a massive mistake, but haven't we sucked them in? We've got them all in now to control them. So we'll decimate the family, we'll sign the Lima Declaration, and we'll sign World Parity Pricing of Fuel, all done in 1975, the three things. So now we have massive domestic violence and murders. And in the recent weeks, we've had numerous deaths. Under the old Matrimonial and Marriage Act, it was bad. This one is worse. We have problems in the schooling situation of numeracy and literacy. Why? Because both parents are out working, not enough time to spend with the children in their infancy and their maturation into adolescence. And the guidance we had during the war. We never had this problem after the First World War. We had poverty and everything else, but we didn't have the deaths and what we have today. And unless this is adjusted and rectified, it's only going to get worse. And that's why we've got this massive tax act, because we've got a massive welfare bill. And we've got a massive welfare bill because of these treaties, trade and tariffs that we've had that have propagated all these problems. We've just had a fall of these treaties. That's what should have happened years ago. They should have gone years ago. And unless this is addressed, this will only get worse. And it costs us billions to keep this situation going. Another impost on our tax that should be going elsewhere to fortify the progress instead of being regressive. There's a great explanation that Benjo Patterson wrote in 1896. I have it here somewhere. Open letter to all Australians. You can get it at the library. I'd advise everyone to go and read it, because what he stated back then is what's happening now. And it was about banking, fortifying our rural industries there, and most emphasis on our family. And it's a socialist Marxist ideology to destroy our family. When you destroy your family, you destroy community. When you destroy the community, you destroy the country. This is what's happening now. You can look it all up. All the figures are there. They don't like you talking about it because it's a big no-no. Because it's a massive industry. The main two recipients of all the industry is the legal profession and the banks. Because everyone's got to borrow money to get going again. Then when we've got a housing shortage where they can't get, we've got to drain on, we've got to provide public housing. How are we going to provide public housing? We've got to tax people more. So all these things, tariffs, taxes, treaties in the Family Law Court, are propagating the existence of socialism and eradicating the middle class of people. Because they can't touch the big top end of town, they're too powerful financially. The bottom end of town want the welfare. Where are they going to get it from? The middle class. And these are the things that Australia's got to address. The Family Law Court is one of the most horrendous, disgraceful acts that's ever been perpetrated on this country to destroy the family. It's un-Christian. We were based on Judo-Christian ethics in this country under our constitution, and they're obliterating it. They don't. If our politicians stick by our constitution, now they want to rewrite all this Marriage Act. The Marriage Act's got about 500 pages in it. How are they going to do that? Just take one page out and rip it up. You can't do it. Go back to what we had. And we had a prosperous country with prosperous people, based on the basis of the strength of the family unit. And that's what we've got to do, because all these other treaties and tariffs we've done is detrimental to the country. Thank you.